I just came across an investigation that was done by Fox 13 in Memphis. It seems that it is a common practice for cops to hop around jobs. Now, I have not been in Tennessee for a little while, so I don't pay attention to the law enforcement there as much. But growing up, I didn't see that. And I didn't see a lot of that even as an adult. But this particular cop that they highlighted, this guy kept getting arrested, but the charges kept getting dropped, which is a little suspicious because this is different people in different communities that don't know each other that are saying that this guy is doing something, yet these charges keep getting dropped. Whatever. That's up to you to decide. That's up to the courts to decide. That's not. I'm going to let you decide on this one. But here's the deal. Do you honestly think that this cop is worth anything, or any other cop that does this, especially if they're hopping away from having been arrested and, okay, so their charges get dropped? Do you honestly think that this is a good thing? I want you to hear this. So here's the video on it.
Howdy, y'all. This is Paul, the Redneck Thinker. What we have here is a channel to communicate. I want you folks to be thinking by the time you leave my videos. Why? Because I'm tired of people talking via what other people tell them to think. So, watch my video and enjoy the chance to think for yourself.
This is Fox 13 News, the most watched news in the Mid-South.
One officer worked at 7 police departments in just over 3 years. Now, this is an extreme example of a problem that Fox 13 has reported on for a long time. Cops hopping departments to avoid accountability.
Fox 13's investigative reporter Kayla Solomon digs deeper into one officer's troubled history.
Fox 13 reviewed more than 100 pages of state records on former police officer Christopher Currie. Here's what we uncovered. Currie was first hired by Ripley Police in June 2021. While in training, records show he was terminated for driving a police vehicle while off duty without authorization, then lying about it. He lasted 3 months. In October 2021, Henning Police hired Currie and sent him to the State Law Enforcement Academy. He graduated in June 2022 and then received his certification allowing him to become a full-fledged officer. Just a few weeks later, Currie resigned and joined the Halls Police Department. He was there for 7 weeks before he left to take a job with Covington Police.
So when I take a chance to hire somebody, I want it to work because I'm investing in you.
Covington Police Chief Donna Turner hired Currie in October 2022.
You know, whenever somebody comes in, he went through that same process that I just described, went through the background. There were some issues that were not criminal, anything like that.
But it was in February 2023 that Currie was first arrested and charged with domestic assault and theft in Dyersburg.
It was an automatic termination for him for our policies and in the way that we have. That whenever someone has an arrest or has something in the state that they are post-certified, which Officer Currie was, and we did report that to the state. That becomes part of that.
Even though those charges were later dropped and expunged, Chief Turner decided not to rehire Currie. In April 2023, he was hired by Rutherford, Tennessee Police, his 5th department. State records show he was accused of driving recklessly and using his lights and siren while off duty. The Post investigator reported a separate complaint from a woman that Officer Currie took her underage daughter for a ride in that patrol car, then groped her. The mother did not press charges. Here's what Christopher Currie told Fox 13 about that.
As far as giving the kid a ride, the mom gave me full permission to get that kid a ride. She said our kid was crazy about police officers. That was her exact words, that's why I'm using that. And I told her, okay, I give her a ride. She followed me. The mother followed me to a local park there in Rutherford, Tennessee.
Rutherford Police fired Currie after less than 2 months on the job. In October 2023, he was hired by Dyersburg State Community College Police. his 6th department. In January 2024, Currie was arrested again in Dyersburg. Currie's wife told police he jumped on her in the shower and started to strangle her. Officer Currie was charged with aggravated assault. He remained with the campus police. But that arrest caught the attention of the Post Commission, the agency that certifies police officers in Tennessee. In April 2024, an investigator started piecing together Currie's history, the arrests, the policy violations, and the frequent job transfers.
Post never did reach out to me or advised me that I was under investigation for such allegation.
That investigator uncovered a previously unreported incident, Currie's third, in November 2023. The report says Currie choked another man during a family fight in Dyersburg. Currie was issued a criminal summons, and the charges were later dropped. Dyersburg State Community College Police terminated Currie in July 2024, but Currie's criminal case from January continued. A grand jury indicted him in August 2024 for aggravated assault. Even with that pending case, Currie was hired by Gates, Tennessee Police. The date is unclear because that hiring was never reported to the state, but records show it was sometime in late 2024. This past January, Currie took a deal in the aggravated domestic assault case. The charges will be dropped and expunged, but he admitted to a narrative of events from that night. That admission was sent to the Post Commission. In March, the agency held a hearing to decertify Currie. He appeared at the hearing and said he lied when he signed that deal admitting his involvement.
I advised my counsel at the time that I will be signing a false report if I sign this memorandum of understanding. And he kept harping on me that that's the best route to take at that time. He said the trial will be set off another year. I would have to wait another year with this charge over my head and go without a job. And I can't afford to go without a job. I got 2 kids to pay their lives.
Despite Currie's protests, the state decertified him. He is appealing that decision.
This whole thing was, I don't know, I blew out of proportion, if you ask me.
I hate that it ended the way that it did in decertification.
In Covington, Chief Turner says she'll continue to set a high bar for her recruits, scrutinizing their backgrounds beyond what the state requires. She credits Governor Bill Lee with helping to recruit officers to smaller agencies, paying for academy classes and school resource officer salaries.
We need to be the best. And I think with that support, that standard is being raised because of that. And there's absolutely no reason that we should not meet that challenge. And I think that law enforcement is on an upward swing when it comes to the standardization in Tennessee.
Currie is one of many officers who switched departments while facing legal trouble. Tomorrow on Fox 13 News at 9:45, we'll show you other cases of officers switching jobs while under investigation and a way to track those who cross the line. Kayla Solomon, Fox 13 Investigates.
I know a few of these communities, and I can't imagine that they want somebody like this in any capacity on any level of the government, let alone this being somebody who is supposed to protect and serve. But this guy, I mean, this cop just, and I could care less about his skin color. I could care less about any of that, except for the fact that I care that he is committing crimes, getting away with it, most likely. Okay, he may not be committing them. It could just be that, he keeps having people claiming he's committing these crimes. 3 different times so far, and they're decertifying him from the sounds of it. But do you think that this was a good idea to have as a cop? I mean, I don't care what their skin color is. If this person is committing these kinds of crimes, that's a bad thing. If he's not, but still getting accused of it, why is he getting himself into positions that he could do that? Plus, why is he constantly leaving different police departments like this? None of this sounds good in any way, shape, or form. You can't tell me that he is helping the community that he's serving. And there's just too much smoke here for there not to have been some kind of fire going on. And I'm not just talking about him having been fired from a few of these jobs. So I want you to consider what you think about this cop. As somebody who loves my state of Tennessee, I don't like this. This doesn't sound good. But hey, that's the way things are going in West Tennessee. This has been Paul, Redneck Thinker. Y'all have a good day now. Bye. So, folks, that's the story that I wanted to bring you on this video. And I just wanted to say thank you again for coming by. Hit like, subscribe, comment, all that fun stuff if you don't mind. Help me out. So, y'all have a good day now. Bye.